Good morning and welcome to the What's Up News Network, being broadcast from Panama City Beach, Florida, the home of the world's most beautiful beaches, and only 323 miles from Booger Hollar, Georgia, the center of the universe, where the people are so good they have to hold on to the blackberry bushes to keep from being drawn into heaven. I am Jim Free with Jim Free Realty. Please click on the red subscribe button just below the picture. In the real estate market, we have 577 condo units available, of which 357 are Gulf front. In the detached single family, we have 347 units available, and of those, 15 are Gulf front units. In the attached single family, there are 84 units available, and 9 are Gulf front. The number of listings have tripled in the past 2 months, and we've seen sellers reducing their price, and sales have slowed somewhat. So have sellers waited too late and missed the boat? If they were needing to refinance, they have missed the boat. As the Fed continues to raise interest rates to cool the economy, they are walking a fine line between inflation and recession. We have certainly seen mortgage applications take a nosedive, and the high interest rates have taken most first-time home buyers out of the market, and borrowers have seen the amount they can qualify for drop. No doubt many areas of the country are going to suffer more than others. Housing is local, and there is still strong demand for housing in Florida because of the influx of people moving out of the northern states. Recently, Uhaul had to hire private contractors to move a convoy of Uhaul trucks back north because so many Yankees have moved to the area and dropped the trucks off here, which created a shortage up north. We still have a lot of cash buyers that have moved their money out of stock and bond markets and want to invest in the Florida real estate market. Well, President Biden and several other Washington politicians want to lecture us on gun control while they have armed protection all around them. On November the 15th, 1867, Frederick Douglass said, "A man's rights rest in 3 boxes: the ballot box, the jury box, and the cartridge box." If you have ever wondered what side of the fence you sit on, this might be a great test for you. If a conservative doesn't like guns, he doesn't buy one. If a liberal doesn't like guns, he wants all guns outlawed. If a conservative is a vegetarian, he doesn't eat meat. If a liberal is a vegetarian, he wants all meat products banned for everyone. If a conservative is down and out, he thinks about how to better his situation. A liberal wonders who is going to take care of him. If a conservative doesn't like a talk show host, he switches channels. Liberals demand that they lose their job and shut them down. If a conservative is a non-believer, he doesn't go to church. A liberal non-believer wants any mention of God and Jesus silenced. If a conservative decides he needs health care, he goes about shopping for it, or may choose a job that provides it. A liberal demands that the rest of us pay for it. Now let's go to some Booger Hollar stories. As a teenager, Betty Jo Smith, very attractive blonde girl, would lay next to the swimming pool at her parents' Booger Hollar home and watch the planes overhead as they made their approach into Atlanta. She would dream about being a flight attendant. After finishing college, her dream came true. Betty Jo landed a job with Delta Airlines. She would fly to New York City in the morning and return to Atlanta in the afternoon. On one of the flights back to Atlanta, a lawyer boarded the plane in New York City with a box of frozen crabs and asked Betty Jo to take care of them and put them in the refrigerator. She took the box and promised that she would do just that. She would put them in the crew's refrigerator. He advised her that he was holding her personally responsible for them, saying, "Do not let these thaw out." He did this in a very haughty manner and said that he was a lawyer, and proceeded to rant at her about what would happen if she let them thaw out. Needless to say, Betty Jo was annoyed by his behavior. Shortly before landing in Atlanta, she used the intercom to announce to the entire cabin, "Would the lawyer who gave me the crabs in New York City please raise your hand?" Not one hand went up, so she took the crab home with her, and that night had a crab boil for her family. There are two lessons to learn from this. First, New York lawyers are not as smart as they think they are. And two, Booger Hollar blondes are not as dumb as most folks think. In the national news, every morning when I sign on the computer, I see family pictures, especially our 4 great-grandchildren. I see my law school diploma, and in the middle, I see the FBI National Academy diploma, which I received 49 years ago. I followed my dream to Quantico, Virginia, and had to leave my beautiful wife at home to take care of our 2 small children with practically no money to take care of them. This experience shaped my 37 years in law enforcement and started a love and respect of the FBI and the some 40,000 men and women that work there. The FBI is based on knowledge, courage, and integrity. It's like a 3-legged stool. If you lose one leg, it will not stand. Many agents in leadership positions have lost their integrity. This is not the FBI that I know and respect. 2 years ago, I was invited back to the academy. The staff gave my wife and I a great tour, and it brought back a lot of great memories. I think they marveled that I was at the academy long before most of them were born. I often wear FBI NA shirts and have a tag on the front of my car with the NA emblem. Yesterday, my producer and Cajun buddy Billy Richard said you might not want to wear the shirts with the FBI emblem after the Mar-a-Lago raid. I had to fire back at him. Yeah, if Adam and Eve had been Cajuns, they would have eaten the snake instead of the apple and saved all of us a lot of trouble. There is no doubt that the FBI leadership has lost its way. The big question is, how deep does the rot go? I don't believe the organization is rotten to the core. I've been encouraged that a number of whistleblowers have come forward. If the agents are not part of the problem, they should have the courage to come forward without claiming whistleblower status. Their testimony would have a lot more credibility. I still belong to the NA Associates, and I hear from many of them that are very upset about what has happened to the FBI. Here is my theory. J. Edgar Hoover served as director from 1924 to 1972 when he passed away. Clarence Kelly served from 1973 to 1978. Judge William Webster served from 1978 to 1987. Judge William Sessions served from 1987 to 1993. Louis Freeh served from 1993 to 2001. Robert Mueller served from 2001 to 2013. Jim Comey served from 2013 to 2017. Chris Wray served from 2017 to the present. We've had 8 directors and 7 acting directors. Clarence Kelly, who took the office right after J. Edgar Hoover died, is the only director that came through the ranks of the FBI. Louis Freeh was an FBI agent prior to working for the Justice Department. All these other directors came from the Justice Department. If there is any federal agency that is rotten to the core, in my opinion, it would be the Justice Department. To make matters worse, the Justice Department is over the FBI, ATF, DEA, Firearms Explosives, Bureau of Prisons, and several other smaller departments. I have only known two of the directors personally and professional, and they would be Clarence Kelly and Louis Freeh. I would rate Clarence Kelly as the best director in the history of the FBI. In my opinion, he had the knowledge, courage, and integrity that's required. There are some 40,000 employees at the FBI, and I would believe there are many of those that would make good directors. I would hope that the next director would be appointed from the ranks of the FBI. We have had enough bad experiences with appointing Justice Department appointees. Like I say, out of the 8 directors that we've had, 7 of those came from the Justice Department. As an organization, the FBI has lost its way, but I will not give up on them. I have lost my way several times during this 80-year journey, but I was blessed to have family and friends that believed in me and led me back. As we would say in Booger Hollar, it looks like our country has gone to hell in a handbasket. Well, there you go, I said it. But fear not, little ones. If you have been washed in the blood, you are safe and secure, and you can rest assured that the blood is still there. Until we meet again, may God bless you, your family, and this great nation that we live in.